In life, each of us carries a deep-seated desire to become a better version of ourselves, to achieve something great, to create a life we can be proud of. Everyone wants success, everyone wants change, everyone wants to feel that they are stepping up to a new level in life. That's why many people spend hours every day watching motivational videos, listening to inspiring speeches, and reading stories of others' success. They feel excited, energized, as if having enough motivation could instantly transform their lives. Yet, after a few days, they realize that their life hasn't changed much at all. Why is that? Because relying on motivation alone is never enough. Motivation is like a strong gust of wind. It can ignite a spark of enthusiasm for a brief moment but can easily disappear when the wind dies down. To build a successful life, you need something more, a quiet, persistent, and reliable force, discipline. If you haven't fully understood this yet, follow the story to the end today. Perhaps this story will change the way you view yourself, your efforts, and the path to success. In a peaceful little town, where winding dirt roads led to distant fields, there lived a boy named Lucas. From a very young age, Lucas had a dream bigger than the place he lived. He wanted to become someone capable, to achieve something that would make him proud, and most importantly, he wanted to change his life. Lucas always thought that with enough motivation, he could accomplish anything. Every day, he spent hours watching inspirational videos, listening to speakers talk about success, and reading stories that made hearts soar. Every time he finished, Lucas felt as if he had just been recharged with energy. He would tell himself, "Tomorrow, I will study for 6 hours. Tomorrow, I will start over. Tomorrow will be different." These promises filled Lucas with excitement. He believed that simply starting would change everything. But when tomorrow came, his enthusiasm quickly faded. After just 1 or 2 days of effort, Lucas fell back into his old habits: procrastination, giving up, promising but not doing. He began to feel disappointed in himself. Every time he set a goal and failed, every time he wrote a plan and abandoned it, Lucas felt weaker and more helpless. Lying in the dark at night, he would ask himself, "What am I missing? Why do I want to change but still stand in the same place?" He didn't know that the answer to his worry was approaching, very close, and it would appear in a way Lucas could never have imagined. One weekend afternoon, while Lucas sat blankly in his yard, his best friend Aaron came by. Aaron was the same age as Lucas, but everything about him was different. He always woke up early, completed his assignments on time, and had a clear plan for every day. Many people in the town said Aaron seemed to come from another world, a place where persistence and discipline were normal. Seeing Lucas looking sad, Aaron sat beside him and gently asked, "You gave up on your plan again, didn't you?" Lucas only lowered his head. He didn't need to answer. Aaron already understood. After a moment of silence, Lucas looked up, curiosity and frustration in his voice. "Aaron, how can you keep everything so consistent? Don't you ever lose motivation like I do?" Aaron chuckled lightly and shook his head. "Lucas, I don't rely on motivation. I rely on discipline." Lucas was confused. Discipline? But isn't motivation the thing that drives people forward? Aaron stood up, tapped Lucas lightly on the shoulder, and said, "Tomorrow, I want to show you something. Meet me at the riverside before sunrise. Trust me." Lucas watched his friend walk away, feeling a strange flutter in his chest, a small spark of hope. Even though he didn't understand what Aaron wanted to show him, Lucas decided he would go. That night, for the first time in weeks, Lucas felt a curious excitement. He whispered to himself, "Maybe tomorrow, I will find the answer." He didn't know that the meeting the next morning would mark a turning point in his life. The next morning, while a thin mist still covered the sky, Lucas arrived at the riverside as promised. The cold air made him shiver, but inside, he felt a strange anticipation. Soon, Aaron appeared, hands in his pockets, wearing his familiar smile. "Let's go," Aaron said, leading Lucas to the water's edge, where an old man sat quietly beside an old boat. He wore a thick coat, his face marked with the wrinkles of many years, yet his eyes were bright and calm. "This is Mr. Noah," Aaron introduced. "He once told me a story, and I think Lucas should hear it today." The old man looked at Lucas and smiled kindly. "You came at just the right time," he said. "I am about to begin my work." Lucas looked around, seeing the cold, the strong wind, and no one else around. "What do you do here every morning?" he asked. Mr. Noah placed his calloused hands on the boat's edge and replied slowly. "Every day I come to cast my nets. Rain comes, sun comes, cold comes. And sometimes I catch nothing at all." Lucas was surprised. "If some days you catch nothing, why do you still come?" The old man looked straight into Lucas's eyes, warm yet firm. "Because I don't come for enjoyment. I come out of responsibility. If I only came on good days, only when I felt like it, my family would go hungry. I don't wait for motivation. I rely on discipline." Lucas was silent. Each word from Mr. Noah struck deep into his thoughts. "But that's not all," the old man continued. "There is one more thing I want to tell you." Lucas felt as if he were about to hear the most important lesson of his life. Mr. Noah looked at the slow-flowing river, then pointed to a bamboo grove near the shore. The tall, straight stalks swayed strongly in the morning wind. "Lucas," he said, "do you know how bamboo grows?" Lucas shook his head. Mr. Noah began to tell the story, his voice calm and deliberate, as if sharing a secret only those patient enough could understand. "Long ago, a farmer planted a bamboo seed. Every day he tended it, watering, fertilizing, weeding, never missing a day. Yet after a year, the ground remained bare. No green shoots, no sign of life." Lucas furrowed his brow, paying closer attention. Then the second year passed. Still nothing. Third year, fourth, all silent. Villagers laughed, calling the farmer foolish. But he didn't give up. Aaron smiled faintly, perhaps he already knew what came next. Mr. Noah looked at Lucas and continued. In the fifth year, within just 6 weeks, the bamboo shot up nearly 30 meters. People were amazed, thinking it was a miracle. But do you know why it grew? Lucas widened his eyes, shaking his head. Because during those 4 silent years, Mr. Noah said, it was not idle. Each day it grew roots, building a foundation underground. A foundation strong enough to support its rise into the sky. Lucas swallowed hard. The story pierced through his past failures. Mr. Noah concluded, his voice gentle yet weighty. Discipline is the same. You may not see results immediately, but every day you persist, your roots grow deeper. Lucas looked at his hands. For the first time, he understood why he had never changed. After hearing the story, Lucas sat quietly for a while. He felt as if someone had lifted a veil from his eyes. All this time, he had only looked at immediate results, expecting quick changes, expecting instant success, as if life were a miracle that could happen overnight. But now, he understood that his past efforts had been too brief to become anything real. Mr. Noah looked at Lucas, noticing the change in his eyes, and smiled. Do you want to know the difference between successful and unsuccessful people? Lucas nodded slightly. It's not intelligence, Mr. Noah said. It's not talent. It's that they continue even on days they don't want to, days they aren't inspired, days they see no results. They keep going, keep trying, moving forward, bit by bit. Aaron added from beside him. That's what I learned from Mr. Noah. And that's what I wanted Lucas to see today. Lucas looked at the 2 people before him, a friend who was always persistent, an old man who had lived a life of discipline and felt a mix of gratitude and shame. He realized he had been chasing fleeting feelings, and when they vanished, he had nothing to hold on to. But discipline is different. Discipline doesn't need emotion. It doesn't need excitement. It doesn't need perfection. It only needs one thing. Today is a little better than yesterday. Lucas took a deep breath, as if absorbing a new breath of life. He knew that this moment, by the quiet riverside in the morning, would mark the beginning of a new chapter in his life. From that day on, Lucas returned home with a completely different mindset. He no longer felt impatient to change immediately. Instead, he felt a strange calm, as if he understood that the road ahead was long, but no longer frightening. That evening, Lucas sat at his desk, opened a blank notebook, and wrote on the first page, "From today, I will start planting roots." No longer setting overly ambitious goals, Lucas broke everything into small steps. Instead of studying 6 hours, he started with 1 hour per day. Instead of exercising for an hour, he started with 10 minutes. Instead of waking up very early immediately, he set his alarm 15 minutes earlier. The first day, Lucas saw no change. The second day, still nothing. But this time, he didn't expect anything. He just did it, consistently. Some days he was tired, yet he opened his books. Some rainy, cold days, he still exercised. Some mornings he was groggy, but he got up as soon as the alarm rang. Then, something remarkable began to happen. After a few weeks, Lucas noticed he procrastinated less. After a few months, he felt more confident. After half a year, people in the town looked at Lucas differently, more respectfully, more trusting. Aaron smiled whenever he saw his friend improving. And Mr. Noah, whenever Lucas visited the riverside, would simply say, "Your roots are getting stronger." Lucas knew he still had a long journey ahead. But for the first time in his life, he believed he could reach the end because he had learned the most important secret. Change doesn't come from motivation. Change comes from the discipline of small daily actions. Over the years, the small habits that Lucas had sown from the very beginning began to bear fruit. He was no longer the boy who had once been discouraged, lazy, and chasing fleeting inspiration. Lucas had now become one of the most respected people in the town, not because he had accomplished something enormous, but because he did the small things correctly every day, consistently and persistently. Whenever someone asked, "Lucas, what's your secret to success?" he would simply smile and say, "Motivation comes and goes. But discipline is always there, guiding you every single day. If you do the small things well, day after day, the big results will come. You don't need to wait for inspiration, and you don't need the perfect moment. Start today." Lucas understood that success wasn't about sudden leaps or dramatic achievements, it was about quietly and steadily accumulating small efforts over time. The days he diligently studied, exercised, woke up early, or simply did things he didn't feel like doing, all of these were silent seeds, laying a strong foundation for his future. Mr. Noah and Aaron would often look at Lucas with warm, approving eyes, knowing that he had learned the most important lesson. No success comes from inspiration alone, only discipline creates lasting results. Lucas no longer worried about failure or procrastination. He had discovered true strength in living each day with intention, in every small action, and he knew that every single day mattered, that each day was a step closer to success. And so, Lucas's story came to an end, not through magic or luck, but through the power of discipline and perseverance, a lesson that would stay with him for the rest of his life.